Welcome everybody, welcome to my channel Pegasus, it's time to fly. First of all, Happy New Year. These have been pre-recorded towards the end of 2021, but I'm going to be publishing them just for the new year so that people can really have a close look at what we have coming in for all of us. So before I get to our 2022 and begin, I just wanted to say a couple of things. I think ultimately 2021 has been a year of highs and lows. I mean, speaking personally, it's been a year full of love, full of fun, forming new relationships. And it's been a year of endings and different transformation and that kind of thing. And I think there's been this real collective energy for all of us that coming on the back of 2020, we started January 2021 with we went into a lockdown and there was just this feeling of disconnection. I'm going to be probably mentioning some of that in the readings as we go forward. But I think that disconnection for me is probably a word that might describe how a lot of us have been feeling in this 2021 year. This year has been what we call from numerology a 5 year. Fives can be very challenging, and I have mentioned some of this on some of my posts. So fives can be this idea of climbing the mountain and having things fall in our pathway to make things that little bit more difficult or to help us learn and grow, which ultimately is what any transformation is seeking for us to do. It has been a bit of a strange one in terms of this disconnection, because I think we started the year where lots of people were working from home, and of course we've now gone back into that towards the end of this year as we close. So there was this feeling of disconnection and then coming out of it, and this idea of unity, celebrations and love, and trying to get back to what we were considering as normal life for all of us, I suppose. And then quickly we fell into that sense of normality again, and now we're being sort of pulled back into this idea of distance. I just sort of wanted to mention that and mention the energy of that, and that, for some it has been a really difficult year. There have been some amazing things that have occurred this year, and sometimes it's good for us to remember that light with that shade as well. And so much hope for us all moving forward as we enter into this new year, which is actually a 6. So what does 6s mean for us then? Well, for me personally, 6 is coming out of a 5. It's this idea of hope and this sense of building something back up that maybe fell away. We're building this stronger, new foundation. And 6s are really prosperous years for love and relationships, any type of relationship. They seek to find calm after the storm of the 5 and present us with more harmonious, cooperative components, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So, I will see you in the readings. Thank you. Hello Pisces, welcome to your 2022 reading. You're the last group for my readings, and I feel there's a lot of good vibes in the air for my Pisces energy. I just want to say that the readings that I do on this channel, on my channel Pegasus, It's Time to Fly, are really about empowering people and lifting people's spirits. But also within my readings, I'm very honest, and I like to give the real messages. And I think for Pisces, of my groups, you you are actually quite a spiritual group. You know, you sit in the 12th house, and that's all about dreams and magic and this kind of thing, and this Neptune energy. And I really resonate with that energy because it's who I am as well as a reader. I read energies of people, and I will use that word a lot. So you might just need to get used to that fact, because that's what I do. But I just want to say 2021 was such a year of magic, I guess, definitely for me. And I'd like to think so for you too. And with that, you know, there will have been some really magical moments, but there would have been some moments of this idea of transforming and trying to bring in better energy in order to create our dreams coming true, I guess. And I think I kind of just wanted to say that because I get that energy for your sign more than any of the other energies that I've had so far. So thank you for listening to my readings, and if they resonate, please like, share or subscribe, you know, all of the above. I really appreciate and really does help, and I'm just so grateful for any sort of support that I've had in the last few months, and hoping that 2022 is just going to bring us all much, much more of that beautiful energy. So, my lovely Pisceans, I have started all of the other readings with a channeled message from Spirit for each astrological sign. Couldn't even get that word out then. Done quite a lot of readings today. I've been speaking quite a lot, but it's really filled me with so much pleasure in giving these readings, because I'm able to do what I really enjoy, and that's these messages for you guys, and to get that out there for the collective energy. So Spirit want you to know that you're really going to be riding high in your fantastical energy for 2022, and that's that energy that I've just spoken about. Your emotions run deep this year, Pisces, and they make you stronger, but stronger in the sense with more grace. So this idea of being more graceful in what you do is going to be really important for you. So Spirit's message directly to you is imagine it and it could be your reality. You need to have your eyes wide open, Pisces, and that's your message. Okay, it's a lovely message from Spirit. So before we start, I am going to be, you may want to pause the video or think of a question you'd really like to ask that maybe just draws a line under 2021 and gives you some form of clarity regarding a situation, a person or a topic, so that we can move forward into the reading. So I want you to really focus and think about what questions you really want to ask, and we will ask the angels to answer this for us. Please give us some clear messages today and a clear answer to our question, so that we know what we're dealing with coming into this new year. Okay. Whoa. Okay, there's too many there. Unless you've got 25,000 questions, which maybe you have, Pisces. But we just want one. We just want one today. Whoa. Okay. Well, you got two. You were greedy. You wanted more than one. But these really complement each other quite nicely. It says, ask your angels and look for a sign. So might be worth meditating on that question after the reading, and then open yourself up to the possibilities of the signs and synchronicities that the universe wants to show you in order to answer that question. Okay, can we have some really lovely clear messages for our Pisces going into this fabulous coming new year? I think it is going to be fabulous for you as well, Pisces. I think 2021 was a difficult year. I know we all had our difficulties, some more than others. I think you had a year of realizations and a year where you were really, you know, looking to put your well-being at the forefront of your mind, and that is really great. Okay, that's a wonderful energy to be in. So please, cards, can we have 12 cards where we can gain some clarity for today's reading? Okay, so January we have the Hierophant. February we have the Five of Wands. March we have the Three of Swords in reverse. April we have the Six of Swords. May we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. And we have the Three of Pentacles in June. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands for July. Okay. August, Page of Swords. Six of Cups. Similar energies that Aquarius pulled some of these cards. They're in different positions. But they are very similar in their energy. Okay, please can you give us all of the relevant messages that we need? Yep, Aquarius had that too. And these have been fully shuffled, these cards. Spirit, please can you give us clear and definitive cards for Pisces? Okay, November, the Tower in reverse. Excellent. December, Five of Swords. Okay, and the card at the bottom of the deck, which is the theme for the year, is the Queen of Pentacles. Very interesting. You've got very similar cards to Aquarius. I don't know if you know what sign, what your sun, moon and rising signs are. You might want to get a clearer picture if you do a chart and you find out what those are, and you might find that you have some air signs or some Aquarius within your chart. So this idea for this Queen of Pentacles for the year, this is this idea of bossing the year, being really successful, flourishing, and you know, there might be hidden lessons and opportunities that arise for you in 2022. And it's saying, I mentioned signs and synchronicities earlier, didn't I, within your question cards, and maybe that's going to be very prevalent for you in this coming year. But it's about looking good, feeling good, and being in a much better position. So we start January with a major arcana card, number 5 of the Hierophant. The Hierophant card sometimes can be, they can denote institutions, maybe parts of institutions, something you're part of, a group, a team, work colleagues, a new job. It can be within a marriage, within a family setting. And it's about gaining knowledge, really, gaining more understanding. Something new is going to start for you in January. It feels like some new project or something that gives you balance and almost gives you the key to open the doors to things that how you want your life to look. This angel of new beginnings, it says, start today as if it was your last one. Make every second count. So I think something new started for you in January, Pisces, that makes you feel like there's this new release, new lease of life, this new challenge. And it's going to involve having to learn lots of new things that perhaps you haven't done before. But, you know, you're somebody that can be a very learned person, Pisces. You're somebody that was always looking for the hidden meaning within something. So you're somebody that has your wits about you, and this understanding that in order to get, move into a better place in your life, that these new beginnings really needed to happen. And that was really important for you. This can also be relevant to a marriage or a relationship. And it can be maybe that you need to learn new ways in order to find more balance between you and this significant partner. Could be a wife, could be a husband. Are you putting everything into this that you need to in order to be grounded and balanced? If you're not, January is asking that you think about how you're saying things, how you're doing things, and maybe in order to do them differently. Yeah, in order to do things differently. It feels like there's knowledge to be gained, and in order to be a success, you need to be prepared to say, I don't know everything at this point. Maybe I'm going back to the drawing board. Maybe I need to rethink how things have been playing out. Moving into February, we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands can be practice makes perfect. That would make sense with this learning, this idea of learning. This is fire energy. So this card in the January position is the card of Taurus. Could be Taurian energy. Taurus can be very stubborn. If you're being very stubborn about something, you need to change that. You need to do things differently. Perhaps being stubborn and stuck has caused this Five of Wands in February, which can be a very fractious energy. Are you constant conflict? Are you getting yourself involved in battles you really shouldn't be involving yourself in? Are you saying things that are unnecessary? If so, you need to rethink that. Again, this Five of Wands could be somebody in the energy of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. These could be co-workers. These could be family members. These could be friends. Is there some challenging behaviour around you? I've also got the card of children come out from the angels. Do you have a child that you're not seeing eye to eye with? Could you do something differently? Sometimes this Five of Wands is about gaining practice and sometimes, when we're learning new things about ourselves and about the people we love, this fiery energy can take over and we can react when sometimes we need to stop and think before we speak. Passion comes in all different shapes and sizes, and sometimes you can be getting completely mixed up with what is passion and what could just be turning into anger and disagreements. And this could be with these children or this child. Be more understanding. This child needs you to not be so defensive. Maybe be more open. Perhaps if you drop these wands and approach this child from a position that isn't about combat and isn't about conflict, you might be surprised at what energy you receive. So yeah, there's lots of lessons in February, I'd say, for you Pisces. Moving into March, we have the Three of Swords in reverse. It's the best position to have the Three of Swords, actually. In the other position, it's heartbreak, sadness, discontent, betrayal, all of the above. And there's three swords in there, so that can be the energy of three people. But in reverse, it feels like perhaps that was something that had happened previously and that's now falling away. Maybe you're doing things differently and it's becoming you know, more, it's to creating more love within the family and more loving relationships, more understanding. This can also be communicating in a more loving energy. Perhaps you hadn't previously, perhaps you'd communicated in the wrong context because of stuff that was going on in your life. Sometimes we don't understand the symptoms and we react to people, as I said earlier. You have the card of nature. The angels of nature are with you today. Spend more time in nature. Pisceans, I think, being this watery energy that you are, I think you really love to be in nature. It's when you're at your happiest, when you're outside, you're exploring, you're very adventurous. So yeah, I think March is really calling for you to go outside and do things you enjoy. There's no more of this disheartened feeling inside of you now. It's like you're letting go of all of that and you're moving forward and being more authentic and being the person that you were before. Perhaps any of this toxicity or this feeling of pain came about. You know, whoever you were before that happened, you are going back to being that person again, which is great because that's your energy. Okay, moving into April, we have the Six of Swords. Again, this is exactly what I've just said. You are moving away now from this troubled water, this feeling of what's the word they're giving me? I can hear a song in my head as well. Yeah, so it's like there ain't no room for this heartache anymore. I'm moving on. I'm moving on to calmer waters. I don't know what that is they're showing me. Anyway, the bottom line is you're moving on to calmer waters. You're getting to a successful place in your life. You are understanding that, you know, those are memories. You can communicate in a much better way now because that's who you are. You have support and guidance of the people that love around you, that have helped you steer your way through these troubled waters. And that's been really important because it has been a difficult time. And April's this real idea of getting past anything that didn't serve you. This could have been a toxic situation. This could have been a toxic relationship. It could have been a toxic job. It could have been people around you that you just drained you and you had no patience with, and you had no kindness in you for those people. So it's like you're moving away from that now and you're just moving towards people that you are interested in, you have the time of day for, and that's a really positive thing. Let me take a little drink. Yeah, it's like also this person in the Six of Wands is sat in a boat. It feels like slowly your ships are coming in, you're moving forward. You're starting to glide now in life rather than fight your way through the rapids. That's what they're saying. Did you feel like you were going through the rapids, Pisces? You are water energy. You can handle these things pretty well. But it feels like even that sort of energy was hard. It was hard for you to maneuver yourself through those waters. But now you've come out the other side. So moving into May, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So maybe this situation that caused you this inner turmoil is what they're saying. Maybe that period is now past and you were having sleepless nights, you weren't in your own energy, you weren't being yourself, you were tired. You know, I said earlier it was draining. This Nine of Swords now in reverse in May means that there's no more of that now. You don't feel the need. You're getting better sleep. You're feeling more balanced. You know that whatever that was has come to an end. and you're now moving forward in a much more successful way. I think this experience gave you a lot of knowledge. It taught you how to negotiate certain conversations with certain people. There was an element of you needing to have this external communication and then this internal communication, and that's probably what caused so much turmoil within you, because that feels like maybe you were having to be professional. Maybe this was in a work setting, or it was around people that you just couldn't afford to upset for whatever reason. Now it feels like you're free of that energy, and you've gained quite a lot from it, because it taught you quite a lot about yourself. It taught you about other people. It has shown you what's important in life, and it's helped you to get to where you are now, which is this just much more harmonious, calm, relaxed, chilled out place. And that's really nice for you, because that leads into June, and June's this Three of Pentacles. So this feels like you've come from this to this great new situation. And this angel is asking you, or is telling you, that you're actually now shining, and you're shining brighter than you would have before because of this situation. You've learned some really key things about yourself, and this is this idea that actually you do want to collaborate. You want to have these helpful, supportive people around you, and you want to work and collaborate with people like this rather than the latter. And these people are worth your investment, and as a result of this, you are going to start to shine within your role, within your new position, or you're going to come to the stage in some way and be in the spotlight in some way, which means you're doing well. And this is that turning of karma, of the cycle of karma. You were patient, you endured what you had to, and you've now moved into this just much better place. And it just feels like you've got these lovely energies around you. You're a better energy now because of that factor. It had like a really big impact on who you were as a person, and what energy you were left with at the end of each day to then switch it off and go and do something different. Sometimes we can be consumed by toxicity, and it starts to manifest toxicity within ourselves. Okay, so moving into July, we have the Seven of Wands, and this is this energy of defending something important to you. This is fire energy, so this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This person feels like, it doesn't feel so much like battle, it feels like she's worked hard to maintain her position, and she wants to stay in that position. So that means she's got to be ready to react and to carry out the necessary tasks in order to accomplish her position. So I think it's you striving to come out on top, to be a success, to do well. It's asking you to be more loving, to be more caring around the people in your life, and that can be the people you work with and the people in your family. It's also saying that with that fire energy, what you put out, you get back. So if you want to be received with, more love, you need to be able to project it outwardly. And then you'll then receive. We talked about karma, and this is that wheel of karma. What you put out there, you do get back, for better or for worse. And the fact that I've just used the words for better or for worse, and you've got this love angel, I think there might be some issues around your marital status or your partner, or some sort of love in your life. Perhaps you've become a little defensive with somebody, or your thoughts have been elsewhere, you've been concentrating on other things, and you need to put a bit more fire back into that side of your life. You need to give attention to someone or something that needs your passions, your desires, your oomph, your oomph of oomph. Oomph, is that a word? I don't know. But that's what they're saying. This is what you need. So just be careful in July. Pay attention to some of the things that are around you. Keep your eye on the ball. Show somebody you love them in the month of July. Perhaps somebody you've not been as passionate about in a while as you perhaps should have been. Okay, moving into August, we have the Page of Swords. This is this idea of watching what someone's doing, or spying on somebody, or putting too much attention into what somebody else is doing. That could be somebody watching you, somebody looking at the things you're doing. This could be somebody taking note of what you're doing at work, and you feel like you're being watched or managed overly. This could be you. Is this social media? Is there somebody that you may have been in a relationship conflict with in the month of July, and you're now wanting to learn from it, but you're watching everything they're doing, keeping an eye on who they're mixing with. I feel like there's this energy that maybe you've lost something, you're trying to get it back. Your mindset is that quite naive about the prospects of you being able to retain something with somebody, but you're all up in your thoughts about it. So it's like constantly thinking about this person. What are they doing? Where are they? What are they thinking? And it's not a great energy to be in. If this isn't you, Pisces, and this is somebody doing this to you, have you fallen out with somebody in July? Have you ended something that was passionate once and is no longer? Perhaps they're keeping an eye on you to find out what you're doing. Maybe this isn't over yet. Maybe you're both mirroring each other. Okay, angels, what can you tell me about the Page of Swords? There's this idea of this younger, naive energy, though, whatever it is, whether it's you or whether it's your person. You know, this confrontation, arguing for the sake of arguing. Well, you did this, well, you did that, well, you... This kind of back and forward I'm getting. Okay. The Angels of Transport. This is telling me about movement. So have you moved away from somebody? Have you come out of this relationship and taken yourself out of it? This coming up in this reading in this way suggests to me that was probably a good thing you did that. There was probably going to be... You probably gave as much as you could in this relationship, but you felt like it was just causing more arguments. You couldn't do anything right. So you've needed to take yourself away from the scenario, or somebody's moved away from you. Okay. Okay, next, in the month of September, Six of Cups. This can be past life relationships. This can be offering love to somebody that is familiar or that you've known from the past. Maybe it's reconciliation with somebody. Maybe it's this partner here. They've moved away, you've moved on. Maybe there's somebody new, or you've decided to give it one last shot. It feels like there is love there. It feels like this cup being offered is sincere. It's also been saying be careful, because sometimes when we've been in something a very long time, we become so familiar to it that we don't always see if it's good or a good thing or a bad thing for us. We get stuck in it, and we can't imagine starting anew with somebody else, because that feels like quite a stressful thing to take on. But I feel like it might be worth giving a chance. If somebody has offered their cup of love to you and this is a new person, they're saying sleep on it, have a think. Is this somebody you want to date, you want to reconciliate with? Is this something that's going to be for your best, highest good? And they're saying sleep on it, have a think about it, take some rest. The last few months feel like they've been a bit stressful. You've overthought some things maybe within this relationship, if this is a relationship. Or maybe there's been some sadness and you've just felt like your emotions have just completely drained you. It's time to build yourself back up. And you know, when we do take the rest that's needed and we are making healthier choices and looking after ourselves better, we're in a much better place to make decisions, aren't we? Okay. The cards don't seem to want to come out. So what can you tell us about October, the Seven of Swords? This feels like this woman, or can be a man, energy is leaving something behind. Decided that actually, from my perspective, that might not be the best option for me right now. This might not be what I need. Oops, daisies. Okay. Yeah, you've got the angels of hugs. So your angels are saying that they're around you at this time. Whatever you've left behind, even though you know it's the right thing to do, it has caused some sadness. And it has left you feeling like you've had to leave something behind that's been something really significant in your life. It feels like this is the right thing for this person to do though. But this angel of hugs is just telling you that you have this support and this love around you by your angels and your spirit teams right now. And they understand the turmoil and they understand the potential heartache. And they want to support you in some way through this time. Again, this might be somebody close to you or a family member, because this is really resonating with another reading. This could be somebody really close to you that has been left behind in some way. Yeah, you've got the card, yeah. The card of teamwork and taking a break. The angels of teamwork around this hugs and also like retreating, or it says vacation, but that can mean like taking a break from something or going away. Maybe I feel that this could be in a supportive energy. Is somebody close to you just come out of a marriage, just gone through a really terrible time in their life? Are they needing you to support them? Do they need just this feeling that you have somebody that has your back? Do you need to have someone's back? It feels like somebody needs to be built back up. And as I say that, built back up, next to it is the Tower in reverse. Now, the idea of the Tower in the upright is that something gets completely burnt down to the ground so that it can start to be built up again into something new. And, you know, with this card, there's this element, jump or be dragged, you know? And it feels like this person has been dragged because they didn't jump when they should have, or they didn't pay attention to the situation and open their eyes to the reality before the whole place burnt down. And this has now burnt down to nothing. So whilst, like I say, this is this leaving this home behind, leaving this house. So this home now feels like it's been burnt down to the ground. But the thing about that is it probably needed to be pulled down, demolished. It was toxic. It was no good for either, whether this is you or somebody close to you or this person. But this was not a good foundation. This was not a happy home. It wasn't built on all the things that we would like a happy home to represent for us. It was built on fumes and toxicity and lack of communication and disconnection. You know, everything that you would want a relationship not to be. So this now has happened, and it's been building up for a while, but this is now past. So this is now been burnt down to the ground. So the only way is up. But we're at this beginning, we're at this starting point in November, and this personal situation needs your support and your help. And maybe you will need to put time into spending just time with you and that person, or going away, or retreating, or giving that person some of your time and energy and your love and maybe your wisdom. Okay, what else can you tell us for Pisces about November? Okay, there's inspiration. So November is this Tower in reverse, which we talked about, this home burning down, this reality being pulled down and shattered, broken into a million tiny pieces in order to create something new and something whole. So we've got the angels of inspiration. You're being inspired to move into December, Pisces, with this energy or with your own energy, and it's about collecting your thoughts. It's about looking back, assessing the year, and taking what's rightfully yours. Owning those thoughts that are positive, that are going to be really positive for you in moving forward. It's this idea of, you know, this might have been a painful experience, but this was the right thing. The right thing happened here. So we know that there's been justice. And at the end of the day, whatever's fallen away for this person, or maybe it's you, on the whole, it's a good thing. It's for your highest good. Gosh, those lessons are so difficult for us, aren't they? When we know these things are right, it's... Okay, so I'm going to leave on this note. This last card is the Angel of Tenderness. So I think being in a really loving, tender, beautiful energy, along with this Queen of Pentacles for 2022 is really important for you. You know, look for those kinder, lighter sides to your personality and let those shine. Let people see who you really are. Because you are a really kind, loving energy, Pisces. You are very loyal, you're very kind, compassionate, and you are very loving. But sometimes you drop the ball a little bit and you forget all those really important parts to your personality. But this year's asking you to be in that loving energy for yourself and for your loved ones and your tribe around you. Have a fantastic 2022, Pisces.